Hey guys, it's Mallory here, and I'm going to be doing my November wrap-up and my December TBR. And I was in the biggest reading slump ever in November, and I still managed to get through 10 books, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got through 9 books, which is ridiculous because I didn't read at all. So I'm just going to jump right into it, so this video isn't like 20 minutes long. The first book that I read was Tiger's Curse by Colleen Houck, and I absolutely loved this one. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. It's like way up there in my favorite books now. And I think I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 because the last 100 pages, Kelsey was just like bugging the crap out of me. Like, I just wanted to hit her. So yeah, but I can't wait to read the second book and then continue on with the series. The next book that I read was Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I also gave this one a 5 out of 5 or 4.5 out of 5. I don't think I've ever really read an alien book, so this was new and exciting, and I can't wait to continue with that series as well. The next book that I read was The Goddess Test by Amy Carter. This one was really good. I had read Abandoned by Meg Cabot, I believe that's the first one, and it's a retelling of Persephone and Hades, and this is what this one is as well. It's kind of like the Hades and Persephone myth, and I just like the way that this one was done so much more. I found this really interesting, and I can't wait to pick up the second book. The next book that I read was Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. And this one took me a while to get into because there's so many different names and terms, and just like it's really hard to get it all straight in the beginning. Kind of like when you first read a book like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. There are so many names and names of places and terms and just things that you don't understand, and you kind of have to like scramble it out in your mind and get it all together. This was really hard for me. So once I finally got past that and got everything straight and started understanding the world and the people and everything, it was a really good read. I ended up giving it a 5 out of 5 stars, and I can't wait to read the second book when it comes out. The next book that I read was La Mystérieuse Bibliothécaire by Dominique Demare, and I just kind of was browsing around at Chapters one day, and I wanted to look at the French books, and I ended up finding this one, and I read this in probably grade 4 or 5, I can't really remember, but it was my favorite book when I was younger, and it was a super quick read. Like, the printing is just really big, and it's only 121 pages, and I didn't even realize it was a series, and this is number 2, so I really have to go out and find the other ones because that was my all-time favorite when I was younger. The next book that I read was Storm by Bridget Kemmerer, and I'm so torn with this one. Like, the story was so good, but it was still so slow. Oh my goodness, I can't speak right now. I don't know, I really enjoyed the concept of it, but it was just really boring, but still good. Like, it's hard to explain for me, so I ended up giving it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And I probably will end up continuing the series. The next book that I read was Alana, the First Adventure, and this is by Tamara Pierce. And I think had I read this when I was younger, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. But I was in my reading slump, and I don't know, I didn't really enjoy it as much as I possibly could have if I were not in a reading slump. So I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read was a random draw. I put all of the books that I want to read, which was like God knows how many, into a bag, and I've been picking them out of the bag because I can't decide what I want to read. So the first book that I picked out of this bag was Dead Girls Dance by Rachel Kane. This is the second book in the Morganville Vampire series, and I enjoyed this one. I think I did enjoy the first one a little bit more, but I really can't wait to see where this series goes. So I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read was Unearthly by Cynthia Hand. And I had no idea this was about angels. Like, I thought it was another Greek mythology retelling kind of thing. So, no. Had I known this was about angels, I think I would have picked it up a little bit earlier. It was amazing. I gave this one a 5 out of 5 stars, and it was a really good first angel experience. So, I can't wait to pick up Hallowed, and I think I will be doing that pretty soon because I really, really enjoyed Unearthly. So now on to my December TBR. When the year first started, for my Goodreads challenge, I decided to read 50 books because last year I think I read about 72 or 77, something like that. But last year I didn't work, I wasn't in school, like I had so much free time. This year I knew I was going to be in school all year. I started school last November and I finished this August. So I knew that was going to take up so much of my time and that I wasn't going to have much time reading. So I only made my challenge 50 books. Now, right now I'm sitting at 97 books, so I need 3 more for 100 this year. So I kept my list pretty low. I got 2 new jobs since I last made a video. I don't think I made a video at all in November. But basically now I'm working 7 days a week, and I don't have as much time as I used to for reading. So that's why I kept my list really low. So the first book that I'm currently reading, and I'm going to show you guys my new surprise, it's my brand new Kobo Arc. I got this for my birthday from my boyfriend, even though my birthday is only in 2 days. So the book that I'm currently reading right now, if you can see right there, is Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. And I started this a few days ago. I actually started it in November, but it was so big that I was like, well, I better start it now, or, you know, might take me a while. And I'm really enjoying this one so far. I had no idea what it was actually going into it. I had no idea what to expect. I haven't even watched the movie trailer because I didn't want to spoil the book for me. So, yeah, and then I'm just going to show you guys a little bit. So I have my reading up here, my entertainment here. So if you go in there, that's where like YouTube and other stuff that I don't use, but like people that we're subscribed to come up right there. And I can just go through those like that. And then, what else? I have browser, Dropbox, Notepad, Goodreads, and then here I have like my calendar. And then over on this side I have my currently reading book, and then I have social. So I have like Facebook and Twitter down there. And I am so obsessed with this thing, like I can't put it down. It's so awesome. So yeah, Beautiful Creatures is my first book on my December TBR. And surprisingly, all the books on my December TBR are in actual book form this month and not ebook, which is weird for me. So the next book that I have, of course, because it's Christmas and we have a Christmas theme going on for the blog, it's going to be The Autobiography of Santa Claus by Jeff Gwynne. And I think Allison read this one last year and she gave it like a 3 out of 5 or something like that. So hopefully it'll be kind of a quick read. So that's my first Christmas book. And then the next Christmas book that I have, this is the one that I want to be reading on Christmas. I don't know why, but excuse me. When I picture myself at home at my parents' house this Christmas, this is the book I want to be reading. So it's Let It Snow by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. And I picked this up basically because of John Green. It's 3 stories, and it just looks like it's going to be a really cute, fun Christmas read. So I'm excited for that one. The next book that I want to read is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald because it's been sitting on my shelf forever and I finally want to get into it. Like, so many people love this book and I just want to hop on that bandwagon. And then the last book that I have, I think it's about time travel, I believe. So it's Ruby Red by Kirsten Gier. Year. I don't know how to say her last name like that. But I just got this one a couple weeks ago along with this one. I haven't showed them in a book haul because I just didn't feel like making videos through the month of November. I just got lazy and I was working and yeah. So that's the last one. And I love this cover. It's kind of like Inception, like we got the whole buildings wrapping around here and then London Tower. I'm so excited for this one. So I believe that is all for my video today. I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about. So if you guys have any questions or you have recommendations or if you want me to do a specific review of any of these books, please let me know in the comments. If you've read any of these books, what did you think of them? Leave that in the comments, but no spoilers. Yeah, so I have to go get ready for work now. And so I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys.